Hello, preschool. Today's story is called A Pocket for Corduroy. The author is Don Freeman. He wrote the words, and the illustrator is also Don Freeman. He drew the pictures. This is a story about a bear named Corduroy. While we're reading our story, we're going to think about how the Corduroy and his owner are feeling. Let's turn our page and begin our story. Late one summer afternoon, Lisa and her mother took their laundry to the laundromat. What do you do at the laundromat? A laundromat is where you wash clothes. As always on such trips, Lisa carried along her toy bear, Corduroy. The laundromat was a very busy place at this hour. Now, Corduroy, you sit right here and wait for me, Lisa said. I'm going to help with our laundry. Corduroy waited patiently, then suddenly perked up his ears. Lisa's mother was saying, "Be sure to take everything out of your pockets, dear Lisa. You don't want your precious things to get all wet and soapy." "Pockets," said Corduroy to himself. "I don't have a pocket." He slid off the chair. "I must go find something to make a pocket out of," he said, and he began to look around. Uh-oh. Corduroy's not following the directions. He was supposed to sit on that chair. First, he came to a pile of fancy towels and washcloths, but nothing was the right size or color. Then he saw a huge stack of colorful clothes in a laundry bag. "There ought to be something in there to make a pocket out of," he said. So he's looking for a material to make his pocket. Without hesitating, he climbed inside the bag, which was filled with pieces of wet laundry. The dampness, the wetness, didn't bother Corduroy in the least. "This must be a cave," he said, sighing happily. "I've always wanted to live in a dark, cool cave." How is Corduroy feeling right now? He looks like he's happy. He's excited to be exploring the laundromat, trying to make a pocket. When the time came for Lisa to fetch her bear, he was gone. "Oh, Mommy," she exclaimed, "Corduroy isn't here where I left him." "I'm sorry, honey," said her mother, "but the laundromat will be closing soon, and we must be getting home." So how do you think Lisa's feeling? She's probably really scared that she lost her bear. Also probably very sad. Lisa was reluctant to leave without Corduroy, but her mother insisted. "You can come back tomorrow," she said. "I'm sure he will still be here." As they left, a young man wearing an artist's beret was taking his wet laundry out of a bag. What's a beret? It's a hat. Before he knew it, Corduroy was being tossed together with all the sheets, shirts, shorts, and slacks into the dryer. But just as the artist was shutting the door, Corduroy tumbled out onto the floor. "How in thunder did that bear ever get mixed up with all my things?" the artist wondered. Poor Corduroy was damp all over. He's wet. "The least I can do for him is give his overalls a good drying," said the man thoughtfully. He unbuttoned Corduroy's shoulder straps and put his overalls in the dryer. Corduroy grew dizzy as he watched the clothes spinning around, but the artist became inspired. "This would make a wonderful painting," he said, as he took out a sketch pad out of his pocket and began drawing the swirling colors. "I can hardly wait to get back to my studio." Finally, the dryer stopped whirling and the man gathered up his clothes. Then he helped Corduroy put on his warm, dry overalls. All at once, the manager of the laundromat called, "Closing time! Everybody out!" Corduroy was gently placed on top of a washing machine. "I wonder who that bear belongs to," said the artist as he was leaving. "Seems to me he should have his name someplace. He's too fine a fellow to be lost." As soon as the lights were turned off, Corduroy began his search again. He was surprised to see something glowing in the dark. "Maybe it's snow," he said excitedly. "I've always wanted to play in the snow." How do you think Corduroy's feeling right now? He looks excited. He looks happy to be playing in the laundromat. Meanwhile, Lisa, his owner, is very scared and sad that she lost him. He accidentally tipped over the open-lidded box, and suddenly he was covered with soft, slippery soap flakes. Gradually, Corduroy began to slip and slide. "Oh, what fun," he said with a smile. "I've always wanted to ski down a steep mountainside." So just by looking at Corduroy's face, he looks really happy. He looks excited. I think he's happy because he likes playing in this laundromat. He landed paws first in an empty laundry basket. "This must be a cage," he said, peeking through the bars. "I've never wanted to live inside a cage like a bear in the zoo." But by now, Corduroy felt drowsy. And soon he nodded off to sleep. Next morning, when the manager came to open the door of the laundromat, there was Lisa waiting. "I left something here yesterday," she explained. May I look around?" "Certainly," said the manager. "My customers are always leaving things." So look at Lisa's face. How do you think she's feeling? She's feeling very scared. She lost her bear Corduroy. She's also probably feeling very sad. Lisa was searching under the chairs and in the back of the washing machine when she heard the manager call her. "Is this what you're looking for, señorita?" "Yes, yes, he's my friend," shouted Lisa as she came running. She reached in and picked Corduroy out of his basket. "So this is where you have been, you little rascal. It's time I took you home." So Corduroy was being a rascal. He was playing tricks on her. How do you think Lisa feels right now? She's probably feeling very happy that she found her bear. Lisa thanked the manager and ran out the door down the street. She was holding Corduroy tightly in her arms. "I thought I told you to wait for me," she said. "Why did you wander away?" "I went looking for a pocket," Corduroy said. "Oh, Corduroy, why didn't you tell me you wanted a pocket?" That very morning, Lisa sewed a pocket on Corduroy's overalls. "And here's a card I've made with your name on it for you to keep tucked inside," she said. "I've always wanted a purple pocket with my name tucked inside," said Corduroy, as he and Lisa nuzzled noses. So Lisa gave Corduroy his very own pocket, and she's also giving him a card with his name on it. I wonder why she's giving him a card with his name on it. Why do you think she gave him a card with his name? All right, friends, that's it for today's story. A Pocket for Corduroy.